Hey guys, I'm Jiff. Welcome back to another video. In my last video, which I'll link above, you saw my review of the RockShox Reverb. And spoiler alert, didn't go so well. So I alluded to buying a new dropper post, a mechanical post. In this video, that's what I want to go over. So I did buy a new one, and I bought the PNW Loam dropper post. It's a mechanical post. It has an air cartridge that's just sealed in there, similar to an office chair. And it's mechanically actuated by a shift cable. So no hydraulics. Hopefully there's not going to be any squish or any of that sort of stuff that I dealt with the RockShox. So this is their highest end post from PNW. This is the Loam dropper. It's about 205 bucks. So even their highest end, around $200, which is what most mechanical posts are going for, which is, I think, a great value. This is the 31.6 that's going to fit my Santa Cruz Hightower. And this is a 200 millimeter length dropper, so quite a bit of drop, more than my previous one, which was 175. So hopefully it fits. I have an extra large frame, so I think it's going to be okay. So just a quick unboxing, very simple packaging from PNW. Inside, just the dropper tucked in there. So here it is. Looks like a just good quality, good build dropper post, just first impressions. Seems very, sturdy. Build quality looks good. Nothing really to say there other than it looks like a quality post. What's cool about PNW is this little rubber band. They offer different colors, so you can kind of get a little bling if you want to do a red, or maybe I'll do a blue to match the Fox end caps or something like that. So let's see how this thing works here. So that's 200, like I said, so that's quite a bit of drop. So if it fits, this is going to be awesome. So what else came in the box? So it also came with the PNW sticker and this tiny little barrel. So I didn't see this at first, so be on the lookout for this little thing. It was in the envelope with the sticker, so I could easily have lost this. What you do is you run your shift cable housing through this, so it's more of a nice interface with the dropper post actuator. So be on the lookout for this little guy. What remote did I get? So at the recommendation of my local bike shop, I went with the Wolf Tooth. They didn't have the PNW. Not sure if I would have gone PNW just to match everything up. I think that would have been cool. But Wolf Tooth has been around for a long time. Everybody seems to love these things, and so did my local shop. Just kind of a first impressions of the Wolf Tooth dropper remote. So it seems like great quality, just very solid built, I believe aluminum, I'm assuming. What I really like about this is on the lever where the little wolf logo is, this is like almost like cut and milled aluminum, so it's really grippy and almost has a sticky feeling to it. So with whether you ride with gloves, without gloves, wet hands, wet gloves, you're really going to stick to this thing. So you're not going to have any problem with like slippage or slipping off the remote. This is awesome feeling. Has a nice ball bearing, really smooth actuated. And then the last thing to consider, which I didn't think of at first, but my local bike shop recommended I go with the clamp. So I run Shimano XT brakes. I could have done kind of a matchmaker setup with their iSpec. So Wolf Tooth offers an iSpec compatibility to go with the new XT brakes that I could just match right up and then only have one clamp. The problem with that is I like my dropper post lever tucked in, so it's not, when I'm riding, it's not rubbing on my thumb. With that compatibility, you only have so much adjustability. With the standard, just old school clamp style, you have infinite adjustability. So I can really tuck this in or bring it out as much as I want. So while it may not look as slick, I think this is going to be more functional for me. And the last thing, of course, a wire setup. This is the Jaguar Pro Dropper Cable Kit. It's about 22 bucks. And what's nice about this is everything seems to be almost pre-cut for a dropper post setup. So it comes with the housing, the cable housing, the cable itself that's essentially shifter cable, the little end caps, all that sort of stuff. So this just makes your life easy. So thanks, Jaguar, for making my life easy. All right, let's get this thing going. First thing we got to do is get this grip off. And let's get the wolf tooth remote on. Okay, we got the grip back in place, the brake lever back in place, and we have the wolf tooth remote dropper lever kind of in a rough idea of where I want it. It's looking pretty good so far. Next step is we're going to get the cable housing through the internally routed housing of the frame. It's nice that Santa Cruz is smart because everything is routed internal and you just push this thing through until it pops up through the seat post. So underneath the seat, the saddle clamp is the Schrader valve. So next step is to expose that. They say on the instructions that this is not pressurized to full capacity, just kind of for transport and from while it's sitting on a shelf of a bike shop. So get your shock pump, and I want this at a maximum of 300 is what the instructions say. Alright, so the next piece is the most important and for me the most stressful. It's easy, but this is pretty much the only cut we have to make. So I have the saddle installed, what I think is about the right height, pretty darn close, and everything seems to fit so far. The housing is pressed all the way, so it's touching the bottom of the actuator in the dropper seat post. So now I have to make the cut. So I want to size this up so it's just about right, about where it was before, and make my cut. Wish me luck. Quick side note, always use a proper pair of cable cutters. This is completely different than a wire cutter. These will give you a nice cut. These are the Park Tool cable cutters. I'll link them below. Alright guys, just about wrapping this project up. Thought it was going to be about a 3-beer project. Turns out it was only about a 1-beer project, so not too bad. Got the cable through the housing and it's through the remote. It's cranked down, really pulled on it pretty tight, and then tighten the set screw. And it has a really nice feel actually for a mechanical post. So let's test it out and see if this thing works. Seems to stay down, so the cable isn't so tight that it's sliding up. Push the remote. Seems to work great. I like the feel of that wolf tooth remote. Last thing we got to do is just trim the excess and put one of those nice little caps on there, and we're all done. Alright guys, so that was an easy install. So again, this was the PNW Loam dropper. Looks good, feels really good, has a solid feel so far, and the wolf tooth remote. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time.